Hello friends, welcome to my channel. This video is about the home loan, and in this video I'm going to tell you 11 basic facts about the home loan. If you are having the home loan or if you are planning to take the home loan, and if you want to make sure that you are aware about the basic facts about the home loan, then stay tuned. This video is going to be very useful to you. So let's start. So the first fact is about the loan tenure. Usually people take home loan for 15 years tenure, 20 years, 25 or 30 years. Okay, whatever is the initial tenure, later on you can change the tenure. If you want to reduce the tenure, that means if you want to finish your loan early, in that case you have to increase the EMI. If you increase the EMI, tenure reduces. Alternatively, you can do the prepayment. If you prepay some of the principal amount, let's say 1 lakh, 2 lakh, whatever is feasible, and if you keep the EMI constant, that will also reduce the tenure. Okay, now there are few factors which will increase the tenure. Now first is the ROI, the rate of interest. If the interest rate increases for whatever reason, so even if you keep the EMI constant, if the interest rate increases, then your tenure will increase. Okay, and if you reduce the EMI yourself, if you have some other priorities and if you want to reduce the EMI, then it will affect the tenure, it will increase the tenure. Okay, so these are few basic facts about the tenure. Let's move further. Okay, so the second fact is about the ROI, the rate of interest on your home loan. So the first thing is the rate of interest changes. Okay, see, there are two type of loans. One is a fixed interest rate loan, one is a floating interest rate. Okay, so the floating one is always preferred. That's why I'm not mentioning about the fixed interest rate. If you look at the history, the rate of interest has always reduced. At times the home loan interest used to be 15%, 14, 13, 12, 11%, 10%, 9%, and as of today it is only 8 to 8.5%. Okay, so the rate of interest always reduces with time. See, in most of the developed countries like USA, Germany, the rate of interest on the home loan is only 1 to 2%. India is a developing country. Today we are paying very high interest rate on the home loan, 8 to 9%. Okay, but with time it's going to reduce. Okay, so the floating interest rate is always preferred, and remember that whatever interest rate you're getting initially, this changes. Okay, depending on the business of the lender, they can change the interest rate. Okay, now whenever there is an increase in the interest rate, it will automatically affect you. So whenever your lender increases the interest rate, your interest rate will also increase. Okay, but the drop in the interest rate is semi-automatic. It is not fully automatic. So whenever your lender reduces the rate of interest, it will not affect you. It will definitely benefit the new customer. They will get the lesser interest rate, but it will not directly affect you. See, there is something called lending rate, MCLR and the PSLR. That's beyond the scope of this discussion. But whenever they change the lending rate, it will affect your interest rate also. But the discounts are not automatic. So there is something called discount and the profit. That's different for all customers. Okay. So the point is, whenever you want to reduce the interest rate properly, then you have to negotiate with the bank. So the process is like this. First, you need to know the latest interest rate from your lender. Okay. So if your interest rate is higher, then you need to reach out to your lender. You need to visit their branch and discuss with them. There is something called conversion. So you can ask for conversion, and for that there is a fees. Okay, that's quite heavy fee. Let's say if your interest rate is 9% and the latest interest rate from the lender is only 8.5 and you want to move to 8.5, so you need this 0.5% discount. Okay, so for that you have to go for the conversion and you have to pay somewhere close to 5 to 7,000. Okay, that's a very heavy amount. So that amount is always negotiable. If you are paying your EMI regularly, then you can definitely negotiate to reduce the rate of interest for your home loan. Okay, see, what you can do is you can visit the branch and they will ask for the conversion charges. You can negotiate. In case they are not giving you any discount and every time they are asking for the conversion fees, then you can consider switching your home loan from one bank to another bank. And when you tell them that you are going to switch your home loan from you to some other lender, then they will definitely give you discount on the conversion of the rate of interest. Okay. Now the last thing is the rate of interest is different for different customer. As I told you, the drop in the interest rate is not automatic. Some people go for the conversion, some people don't go for the conversion. So the rate of interest is always different for different customer. So that's about the ROI. Let's move further. Okay, so the third fact is about the EMI, equated monthly installment. So the first thing about the EMI is you can change the EMI every month. Let's say you are paying 30,000 every month and you want to move to 35,000 or let's say 25,000 every month, then you can change it, and this change is absolutely free. So second is, the obvious equation is, if you increase the EMI, it will reduce your tenure. So if you want to finish your loan faster, you have to increase the EMI, and the vice versa. If you reduce the EMI, your tenure will increase. Okay, now the next is the EMI relates to your income. you cannot choose any random EMI. You can pay only up to 50 to 60% of your income. For example, your monthly take home is, let's say, 1 lakh rupees per month. Then you can pay maximum EMI up to 60,000 only. If you want to pay 70 or 80,000, then the bank won't allow, because it's a common understanding that you need some amount for your personal expenditure. Now the next is you can change the EMI date, but for changing there are only limited options. Let's assume you are paying EMI on 5th of every month, and if you want to change it to 10th of every month, then you can do it. But if you want to randomly go for some strange date like 7th of every month, then those choices are not available in most banks. Okay, so that's about the EMI. Let's move further. Okay, so the next fact is about the prepayment. So the first thing about the prepayment is you can do prepayment every month and it is absolutely free. Okay, when you do the prepayment, it will directly reduce your principal outstanding. Okay, now next is when you do the prepayment, you get a choice. Either you can reduce the tenure or you can reduce the EMI. So it is your choice. If you don't have any budget problem, then you can keep the EMI same. It will reduce your tenure and your loan will end faster. Okay. Now there are few limitations while doing the prepayment. Okay. In most banks, this is not common for all the banks. For example, in HDFC, you cannot do prepayment after 25th. So every month you get a choice to do prepayment from 1st to 24th. But after 25 you cannot do. Okay, now second thing is you cannot do prepayment for any random amount. Let's assume your EMI is about 30,000 and you want to do prepayment for 5,000 or 10,000, then in most lenders it is not allowed. The amount of prepayment should be more than the EMI. Okay, now next is when you go for prepayment, most lenders ask for the income source. There is a small form where you need to mention where did you get this extra money from. Okay, so it's just for the formality, for the legal issues, so you can just fill the form. There is no issue with that. Okay, now this is very interesting. See, only the SBI provides the online facility to do the prepayment, and SBI doesn't put any constraint. You can do the prepayment anytime in the day and you can do any amount. Even if you have, let's say, 100 rupees extra, you can do that also as a prepayment. But other than SBI, in all the lenders, it has to be done offline. You have to go to their branch, fill the form, give them the check, and then it will take about 5 days to reflect. Okay, so if you want to know more about the online versus offline, I have created one more video. You will find the link in the description. Check out that video. You'll get more information. Okay, now the next is, see, the alternate to do the prepayment is you increase the EMI. See, many times what happens, people think they will do the prepayment. They will accumulate some 1 lakh, 2 lakh rupees and then they will go to the branch and then they will do the prepayment and their principal amount will reduce. Okay, now what happens is if you go with that approach, then it's very difficult to accumulate the funds. As soon as you accumulate the funds, then there will be some other priority. So the simplest approach is you increase your EMI. So every month you are paying some extra principal. Okay, so let's move further. Okay, so till now we have seen 4 topics, 4 different facts. Okay, and in this slide we are going to cover from 5th to 10th. That means 6 facts we are going to discuss in this slide. Okay, so the first thing about the tax saving. So when you take the home loan, you save some tax. So the 2 lakhs of the interest amount, whatever interest you are giving, out of that the 2 lakh is tax exempted. Okay, so if you are in the higher salary range, that means if you are paying 30% of the interest, so 30% of 2 lakh is 60,000. So maximum saving possible is 60k. Okay, so the next is the home loan is the cheapest loan available in the market. If you look at the rate of interest on the home loan and if you compare this with the other loans like personal loan or the car loan, then you will find this is the cheapest loan available. Okay, and why it is cheaper? Because you are investing in an immovable property. You are not going to take it and run away. Okay, it will always remain there and the legal papers and the legal documents will always remain with the bank. So it is a safer investment for the bank. That's why the home loan is always cheapest. So if you are having other loans, let's say personal loan or credit card loan or the car loan, you finish those first and the home loan you can prepay last. Okay, now next thing is there is a top-up facility available on the home loan. Most lenders offer the top-up facility on the home loan. So the benefit is you can avoid the personal loan. See, if you take the personal loan, you have to pay the rate of interest of 11% or 12%. Okay, but if you are taking the top-up loan, then you can get it at about 9% or 9.5%. Okay, the only drawback with the top-up loan is it takes about 15 days of processing. So you need to plan in advance. Okay, next thing is the insurance. See, the insurance on the home loan is not mandatory. You can always avoid it. There are many lenders who force you to take the insurance on the home loan, but it is not compulsory. If you are not interested, simply discard it or go for another lender. Okay, now next thing is A lot of people think that taking home loan validates the property title, but that's not true. Okay, so never think that the home loan will save your property from the legal issues or any other issues. Okay, now the last thing is, see, taking loan and paying the regular EMI will increase your CIBIL score, but if your EMI bounces, then it will decrease your CIBIL score. Okay, and the CIBIL score is very important in many financial aspects, especially in deciding your loan eligibility. Okay, so let's move further. Okay, so the last topic is about the loan transfer. See, there are many scenarios in which you would like to shift your home loan from one lender to a new lender. Okay, for example, if a new lender is providing you good interest rate, or the new lender is providing you good service while the existing one is not providing you good service. Okay, so it is absolutely fine to consider loan transfer in those scenarios. Okay, so when you go for the loan transfer, so the first thing is, it is free at the source. So your current lender should not charge you anything for this. Okay, even if they are charging you, that will be very nominal, so that will not affect your loan transfer decision. Okay, so it is almost free in most cases. Okay, now the next thing is, you may have to pay the processing fee and the GST on the processing fee at the target. For example, let's say if you want to switch from lender A to lender B, so lender A may not charge you anything, but the lender B will definitely charge you the service and the GST. But this is absolutely negotiable, because you're going to be their new customer, they are going to earn from you, so you can negotiate on the processing fee, and if you're lucky, there will not be processing fee at the target also. Okay, so the next is the government charges. See, in some states, for example the Telangana, we have to pay some MOD charges, that's called some mortgage charges. So when you go for the loan transfer, at the target it's treated as a new loan, so you have to again pay the mortgage charges. So before you take the decision of loan transfer, you must consider all these things. So I think we are done with all the facts. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. If you have any further query, you can put it in the comment section. I'll try to answer. If you like this content, please hit the like button, subscribe my channel for more videos.